A number of people have asked me recently how they can increase their team productivity. They told me that their main problems were constantly having to fight fires and dealing with time-consuming situations that occurred time and again, and continual interruptions to work. Now, we all know there's a need to increase productivity when the team isn't meeting target. The clues often include staff absence, deadlines not being met, and a general sense of poor morale. But that's not the problem for most teams. The problem for most teams is to identify how to improve productivity when targets are being met and productivity is already, well, satisfactory. Because in this situation, there's little incentive to make changes to systems and work processes. Or perhaps people are happy with the productivity they already have. People will then say, what's the problem? In this video I offer the 5 tips that I initially gave my friends. Tip 1 is to have an ongoing strategy for improvement. Set improvement targets and place these on a timeline with a system to monitor progress. It's important to make these improvements incremental, because there's no point in asking for 50% improvement in 1 month. It's just not going to happen. It's much better to target an 8% improvement every month for 6 months. When the targets have been established, publish these to the team and to the boss. Explain how they might be achieved, but avoid any suggestion of people having to work harder or put in longer hours. The objective is to increase productivity with the resources of the people and time that you already have. When making the changes, the starting point is to create priorities based upon money's worth and impact. The greater the money worth or the impact, the sooner it should be implemented. Tip 2 is to cut out meaningless meetings. Too many people think that if they're in a meeting they can't be caught working. So have as many meetings as practically possible standing up. It will reduce time wasting talk. And don't serve tea and coffee at meetings, and always start on time. Finally, don't invite people who will have nothing to contribute. If people say they want to attend and haven't been invited, ask them to put the request in writing, stating the contribution they can and will make. Tip 3 is to cut out meaningless process tasks. Reward team members for identifying productivity improvements. The greater the saving or increase in productivity, the greater the reward should be. Be prepared to outsource work tasks if a cost can be saved. Tip 4 is to cut out barriers to client purchase. Ask a client who's complained in the past to suggest changes and try to act on their suggestions. Tip 5 is to cut out meaningless communication. Most people at work receive up to 300 pages of information and yet only need 5 to do the job. Finally, monitor progress and report back results regularly. I hope these tips help, and you can contact me if you want to know more on how to double your team productivity. Have a productive day. Derek, when I suggested people stand for meetings, I didn't mean the entire day.